Today, we are going to install the Romex Drain 2-component jointing resin mortar. Uses of the Romex Drain product include for pedestrian up to medium traffic loads. It is for joint widths from 6 mm or 1/4 inch. For joint depths from 30 mm or approximately 1 inch. It can be applied during light drizzle. It is water emulsifiable, can be applied at surface temperatures above 0 degrees Celsius and is self-compacting. The benefits of the 2-component resin from Romex include it is highly water permeable. There will be no weed growth or ant penetration. It is frost resistant, de-icing salt resistant, will be firm to walk on, there will be no cement residue, can be regularly pressure washed, and will be reopened quickly to traffic. The site requirements include adequate, well-compacted base material. Base material should be water permeable, and the joints and surface should be clean and free from debris to a minimum depth of 1 inch. The tools required to apply the 2-component jointing product include a squeegee, a soft broom, a stiff broom, a hose with a spray nozzle, a bucket or wheelbarrow to transport the grout mix to its required location, a gravity mixer for larger sites or a drill mixer for smaller sites, the filler sand, and the 2-component resin. To mix the 2-component resin, pour the filler sand into the mixing device. Then pour the set of resins both together into the mixing device. Mix these components for a minimum of 3 minutes. This will ensure that all the grains of sand are coated with the resin. After 3 minutes, fill the same 2 resin bottles with water and add them to the mix. This will serve not only to rinse out the bottles, but will also help to get rid of any remaining resin. Place the lids back on the empty bottles and continue mixing for 3 minutes. 6 minutes total mixing time. To begin the application, lightly pre-wet the surface with the spray nozzle. Please ensure there is not water sitting in the joints. To apply the 2-component resin, pour the mixed mortar into the wheelbarrow or bucket and transport to the area of sight. Place the mortar into approximately 3 to 4 piles. Use the squeegee to work the mortar across the surface and into the joints. Ensure to cover the surface of all the stone to ensure a uniform finish. Leave as little material on the stone surface as possible with the squeegee. In cases where the weather is warm or the joints are tighter, the mortar can be sprayed with water to increase its workability and flow into the joints. After approximately 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the temperature of the day, we will be ready to begin cleaning the paved surface. Begin cleaning with a stiff broom. Always sweep diagonally to the joint. This will allow an even finish on the surface and prevent any gouging of this fresh jointed material. Very little pressure should be applied with the broom. If you sweep and there is still white marks or streakiness on the surface, wait longer until it is almost like sweeping dust off a workbench. Once the excess is off, a final sweep can be made with the soft-haired broom, also diagonally to the surface. On approximately a 20 Celsius day, sweeping should take place around 20 minutes after the application. On a colder day or during light drizzle, this may take longer. If persistent or heavy rain is in the forecast, the surface should be covered for approximately 6 hours following the install. Do not apply the cover directly to the surface, allow some air to flow. Areas adjacent to the grouted paving surface not to be jointed should be protected or taped off to prevent the resin film temporarily discoloring the surface. In the initial period after the install, a very thin resin film will be left on the surface. This will disappear in the coming weeks or months, depending on the paving material itself. Some important additional notes for the 2-component jointing mortar.